You know, with inflation squeezing all of us, every single dollar really counts. So today, we're going to dive into a super powerful but simple strategy to fight back using what's already in your wallet. We're going to build the perfect three-card system to get you the most cash back possible in 2025. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Straight up, is your current credit card actually costing you money? It sounds kind of wild, right? But honestly, if you're just using a standard one-size-fits-all card, the answer is probably yes. The real cost is in all the rewards you could be earning but aren't. Here's the hard truth. In today's economy, that basic 1% cashback card just doesn't cut it anymore. Think about it. When inflation is higher than 1%, every dollar you spend is losing value faster than your card is earning it back. You're basically getting a discount that's smaller than the price hike. It is definitely time for an upgrade.
Now, the solution isn't some complicated spreadsheet you have to update every day. Now, it's a beautifully simple setup we call the three-card method. The whole point is to get the most cash back with the least amount of effort, what I like to call frictionless gains. You don't have to track rotating categories or convert confusing points. It's just more money in your pocket. Simple as that.
The core idea here couldn't be simpler. You just use the right tool for the right job. By using a specific card for a specific type of purchase, you can make sure you're always earning way more than that old 1% standard. Our goal here is a minimum of 2% back on everything and all the way up to 6% on your biggest expenses.
So you're probably asking, what are these magic cards? Well, we've looked at all the options out there and found what we think is the absolute perfect trio for 2025. So let's pull back the curtain, starting with card number 3. All right, coming in at number 3 is the undisputed king of one of the biggest budget items for any family and one that's been hit hard by inflation: groceries. If you want to take a serious bite out of your rising food bill, this is the card you need in your wallet. 6%. Just let that sink in for a second. 6%. That is an absolutely incredible rate of cash back on your supermarket spending. For most people, earning 6% back on groceries alone can easily mean hundreds of dollars back in your pocket every single year.
And the card is the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. It is tailor-made to give you that 6% back at U.S. supermarkets and even on select streaming services. Now, it does have a $95 annual fee after the first year, but for most families, the cash back you get from groceries will cover that fee many times over.
Okay, next up is our number 2 card. This one is the real workhorse of the whole system. This is your set it and forget it card. It's all about simplicity and power, and it's there to cover every single purchase that doesn't fit into one of your big bonus categories. This card is the rock-solid foundation of our strategy. A flat, simple, powerful 2% cash back on everything. I mean it. Every coffee, every online order, every random little purchase gets you 2% back. You don't have to think about it at all. This one move immediately doubles your base earnings from that old 1% standard.
Our fantastic catch-all card is the Wells Fargo Active Cash. Its job is dead simple. Handle every single purchase that isn't groceries or your other main expense. And you know the best part? It has 0 annual fee. It is just a pure profit engine for your wallet. And that brings us to the number 1 card in our trio. Folks, this is the powerhouse. It's an absolutely brilliant card that automatically adapts to your personal spending habits, giving you this huge bonus right where you spend the most money.
5%. That's the magic number here. But what's so cool is that unlike other cards where the bank tells you what the category is, with this one, you basically get to choose. The card is smart enough to just look at your spending, find your top category each month, and give you 5% back on it, automatically.
This amazing card is the Citi Custom Cash. So let's say you spend a ton on gas one month. You get 5% back on gas. The next month, maybe you eat out a lot. Boom, 5% back on restaurants. It does all the work for you. And you guessed it, 0 annual fee. This is the final, brilliant piece of our puzzle.
So there we have it, our 3 cards. A 6% specialist for groceries, a 5% custom powerhouse for your top expense, and a 2% catch-all for everything else. Now, let's quickly talk about how they all work together like a well-oiled money-saving machine. Honestly, using this system is so easy. Step 1. Pull out the Amex Blue Cash for groceries and streaming. Step 2. Just use the Citi Custom Cash for pretty much everything else and let it automatically give you 5% on your top category, like gas or dining. Step 3, for any other random purchase, you just use the Wells Fargo Active Cash. That's it. It's that simple. And here it is, the whole system laid out on one slide. This is the perfect little summary. Go ahead and screenshot this if you want. You can see each card, its cashback rate, what it's for, and the annual fee. This is your cheat sheet for winning a cashback in 2025. Okay, before we wrap this up, I have to give you the single most important piece of advice about all of this. There is a golden rule to making any cashback strategy work, and if you ignore it, I promise you it will cost you way more than you could ever possibly earn.
And this is the one thing that is absolutely non-negotiable. This whole system is useless, worse than useless actually, if you carry a balance. Credit card interest rates are sky high, and they will wipe out your 6%, 5%, and 2% rewards in a heartbeat. This strategy only makes you money if you pay your statement balance in full every single month, no exceptions. And that's pretty much it. By putting these 3 cards to work for you, you're creating a system that actively fights back against inflation on your biggest expenses. It's a really simple change that can put hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars back where it belongs, in your pocket. So the only question left to ask yourself is, what's your 5% category going to be?